Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin drops even further just as we speak. It's actually below 31k. It has just made its daily low. We can't see it yet here on CoinMarketCap. You think, why is this stupid guy so happy about it? Well, it is because we've been talking about these prices since November, early December, and we're finally there. We are nearly there. I still expect further price drops, and yeah, we can see the whole crypto market is currently being hammered down. Even ADA nearly at the target area. Solana getting to the $55 very soon. Yeah, so all the cryptos are coming down lower, and I'm going to update you on these cryptos here more and more, of course, as we go lower. So we're going to do that in individual altcoin videos. But what I wanted to do, we haven't done that really for a Bitcoin video so far. So just to show you what I said here on the 4th of December.
And this is a developed scenario. We are coming down in a massive correction. This would take us actually below 30k. I know nobody wants to hear that, and I have to be careful how to communicate that. And I think it's a very bold move to give you that target level. But based on that, ABC, this is now becoming very likely. And
so again, this is the yellow target area that we had on the chart on the 4th of December. This was when we broke below 53k. 53k was the invalidation point of the bullish scenario back then, and directly on the day when we dropped below 53k, I did make you aware before, when we dropped below 53k, that's it. And we dropped all the way down, I believe, I can't remember where that was, I think the low 40k or whatever. We moved down in one massive move down. But still, after that, many people still believed in 100k Bitcoin until the end of the year. For us, that was it. After we broke 53k, that was a great level for a stop loss at the time. And I told you, if we drop below that, the scenario below 30k will be unlocked. And this is where we are currently heading to. And in my opinion, should we not get to 29k, I think it has been spot on so far, even if we only get to 30.8k. Oh man, I mean, we've come very close anyway already, but showed you in the previous video here the roadmap, how I think this could be playing out. I mean, earlier in the video today, we were, I think, around 32.5, 33. And I showed you where I believe now in the wave 3, the price is going to land in here in the region between 30.5k and 32.2. And we came into that area today actually already. I would now expect a corrective move at some point in a wave 4, another sell-off in a wave 5 that would complete a higher degree wave 3. We would then have that higher degree wave 3 corrected in a wave 4 and then come down in a wave 5. This is sort of the roadmap, and of course prices can max out target areas. If we drop far below these, then these will get invalidated. Yeah, please bear in mind, these are only probabilities. Unlikely events happen all the time as well. So again, had a few complaints again that I changed here the wave count based on the latest scenario, but that is what you have to do. If your wave count doesn't work, you have to go with another one. At least then you know the wave that you were riding was wrong, and you have to look for the new most likely scenario in order to be able to forecast the next price moves. I don't think there is any problem with that. It's no different to adjusting a scenario when a certain support or resistance level is broken. I mean, bear in mind, this is not fortune telling. I don't have a crystal ball. Nobody knows the future. It's all about probabilities. But if you can identify the right wave, then you can, with a very high probability, I think better than with any other tool, forecast the next price moves. And I think it has been spot on. We're not aiming for 100% accuracy here. This is purely not possible. Anybody who thinks that, yeah, you're in the wrong place. This is you can predict these market movements, but of course there are also it's all about probabilities. So again, unlikely events happen also all the time. They are just unlikely. I, for example, here expected a stronger move up. Now that didn't happen. Yeah, a stronger wave 2 to the upside. It just didn't happen. But on the other hand, I also warned you about the selling pressure that we have in the market, and nothing has changed in terms of the higher level target, which is still sitting and has been sitting since the end of November here between 20 and 29k. And if we take a little bit of a diversion here, or if we take a shortcut, I mean, is this so relevant? At least we get to this area, into this area. I think we're not far off anyway. I still don't believe that this is the low. Yeah, I still think we're going to go deeper here. How long that's going to take, really hard to say. This could play out over various weeks, various months. It could even take over a year. Yeah, not want to scare anybody, but it is nearly impossible to forecast how long something takes. It is very much possible to forecast with a high accuracy where prices will land, but when that will happen, it is possible to talk about the sequence in which these movements happen, but not how long each wave will take. That is just, I mean, how long duration wise, time wise, that is very, very hard. Yeah, and more a guess than anything else. So my guess would be that here throughout May and June, we are going to see the continuation of this correction. Sorry. And that then maybe in July, like last year, we're going to see here the correction slowly starting to stop, and that we can then go up in a move to new all-time highs. Now again, that will take various months probably that we get to new all-time highs, but I think the possibility of new all-time highs has not been ruled out for this year. But before we see that, we need to finish the correction, and again, that could in the worst case even take many more months, and maybe we don't see new all-time highs this year. That is unfortunately how it is, and I can't tell you how long it's going to take, and I know you appreciate the honesty. Everything else is a guess, and I told you my view of it, but of course this is not guaranteed. But what I can tell you is that Bitcoin at some point in the future will get above 100k. I would be very surprised if not. And also here the next target for the next wave up would be over 100k. Now, to really talk about what's going on here at the moment, a few things I wanted to show you. First of all, what is the Fear and Greed Index doing? The Fear and Greed Index measures the basic emotions in the markets, in the financial markets. We're currently looking here at extreme fear with only 11. I mean, this is really low at the moment, 11. So there is still downside potential. I think we had 8 before. I saw 5 before as well. But yeah, we are now really, really low. Here we had 8. That was back in March 2020. But yeah, it has dropped. I think a few days ago we were at 22 still, which was also extreme fear. So this just points towards the uncertainty and the bearishness in the market. Something very important that I want to show you is here on the logarithmic growth curve, because I believe we have dropped below the lower band of the logarithmic growth curve, which has only happened once before, which was here back in March 2020. So let's zoom in. We only talked about this a few days ago. It's not updated yet, but you can see the lower band is at 32.6k. I told you there will probably be some support, but I expected it to be broken. To be fair, in the end, there wasn't really a lot of support. The market couldn't have cared less about this lower band of the logarithmic growth curve. And we are obviously now below 31k already. And the support level here, the lower deviation, the lower band was at 32.6. And I think that also shows the bearishness in the market, that I've been talking about for many months, because the downside pressure is just massively, and it has been massively. And I think all the warnings have helped you hopefully to prepare for what we are doing here. And there was one more chart I wanted to show you. Was it the golden ratio multiplier? Maybe I need to double check. I think it was, just to take a look at the golden ratio multiplier applier. And here we are already, and I showed you that the last few times we already broke or had broken below this lower band here, which is the 350-day moving average, pretty much the 1-year moving average. That is anyway at 44k, but historically also when we got below that level, it was historically an interesting time to buy. Maybe one last one, which is very critical as well, which is the 2-year moving average multiplier. So whenever we went into the green area here, so dropped below the green line, which is the 2-year moving average. You can see highlighted in green. It shows when historically it was a good time to buy Bitcoin. So please don't understand anything here in these videos as financial advice. It's only my opinion. I want to share information with you. But the lower band here was at and is at 35k. Now we have dropped below that in the last few days as well. These charts aren't updated that often, so at the moment the price is obviously far below that. But yeah, we are below the 2-year moving average of Bitcoin, and historically, whenever we got below this green line, it was historically a good time to buy. Yeah, so I had a few questions in videos today. Should I now sell because you expect lower prices? Well, if you sell now and you haven't done so in the last few weeks, then you I mean, I won't answer that question for you. You know, I personally wouldn't sell. That is my opinion, because we've been talking here about these price levels since November, and you need to come to your own conclusions, make your own decisions, right? But selling now when we are very close to the target area, you know, I'm only saying you need to make your own decisions. But even though I expect lower prices, nothing is ever guaranteed in these markets. But so far, I think we have followed the path very nicely, and a lot of people have remained super bullish, I think, until we broke below that channel. And I think many people still believed here that the low could be in for Bitcoin, but I think people see now that it's not happening. There was a slight chance for a potential so-called running flat pattern, where the price could build a low here above the low of the wave A. Yeah, so basically where you make a higher low, but now we are coming extremely low, or close to that wave A anyway. And I talked about the unlikeliness of such an event, because a running flat pattern is probably the rarest correction pattern in the Elliott Wave method. So this here for me at the moment is an expanded flat pattern where you have an overshooting wave B. So in any correction, you have an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave in the most simple form, and the wave C in an expanded flat. When you come with your wave B higher than the preceding high, then you need to come in an expanded flat in the then most likely corrective wave below the wave A. So that's as simple as that, and we are doing that in my opinion. We only have a few more £1,000 to cross, really only £2,000 and dollars, yeah, and then we're there. So we're currently maxing out here the target area for the wave 3, and it's crazy. I tell you that it's crazy what Bitcoin is doing here at the moment. I didn't expect that much of a drop in such a short time, but you can see that these markets are doing what they want. Well, they go in the direction, but when something breaks loose, it breaks loose, and it nearly has the, it feels a bit like a capitulation. It's not a capitulation yet. I think the capitulation is when everybody's giving up, yeah? And really only the strong hands are holding on to their Bitcoin. And that is then when the markets are going to go up. You can see the Bitcoin price, Bitcoin RSI is at 25. In January, it actually dropped down to 20. So from that point of view, we haven't even reached the RSI levels from end of January. I explained that in the previous video as well. So we could even drop a little bit lower. At least at the moment, there is no bullishness. I can't see anything bullish here at the moment. No slowing down at the moment of the downtrend. So really a lot of downside pressure. And it will remain to be seen here if we really hold that support of that yellow area, which is at 30.4k. So far, we haven't reached a lower support, but yeah, we seem to be maxing out this one here as well. All right, so hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership, where you can get access to the Telegram live chat, the Discord server, the weekly live stream. And if you really like the content, then check out also my trading course I'm currently publishing on my website. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.